Imagine being a Reddit mod. How sad of a life would that be? Not knowing how life really works outside of your basement and the internet, being a spurg. Yeah, well, just the other day, the CEO of CI Games, Marek Tyminski, I hope I'm not butchering that, basically exposed Reddit moderators that have hijacked his own game's Reddit. Yeah, Lords of the Fallen, the subreddit, has essentially been hijacked by a whole bunch of woke Reddit mods that have branded him fascist simply because he's been doing these polls where he's listening to his player base. Imagine that, actually asking for feedback and listening to your player base and giving them what they want instead of putting woke politics and DEI in your video games. So we're going to talk about this because this is actually awesome. This guy has won me over as a fan. Here's one of the examples of the polls. Now, this is news from a few days ago, but I'm finally able to catch up on it. He put, how should attractive lead male characters look in an action RPG? And overwhelming 51.1% say rugged and badass, right? After that was, I'm here for gameplay. That's fair. I know a lot of people say we don't care what the characters look like or what the game is as long as the game is fun, which is fair. And it's really refreshing this day and age, again, like I said, when you see companies catering to this modern audience, for them to even entertain a poll like this and stick by it. On top of that, here's another one. How should attractive lead female characters look in an action RPG? Which is a huge point of contention because we've been seeing masculine female protagonists with that jaw, the DEI jawline, the chin that is like Buzz Lightyear. You can see right here the overwhelming vote was I'm here for gameplay, and then second place was actually really close between classy and beautiful and sexy and provocative. I know there's been a whole controversy with girls being too over sexualized and the whole Goonergate stuff, but looking at the player base, I mean, these are thousands of votes. You can see this one has 11,000 plus votes. Should lead video game characters be widely considered attractive, aspirational by the vast majority of players? And everybody says yes. There's been this whole ridiculous debate. And yeah, I'll say it. It's ridiculous that we've been fighting over how characters look in video games. But I'm gonna be honest, if I'm looking at the back end of Lara Croft, she better have a badonkadonk. I'm just saying, right? And no, it's not because I'm gonna jerk it to the game or whatnot. It's just it's nice to see characters that look good. I know it's weird, novel concept to woke people, but it is. Now here's another poll by this guy, Mr. Timinski, saying in a medieval fantasy action RPG experience, what do you prefer to choose between? We will follow the final result. So here's the type A, type B debate. A lot of woke games are starting to do this body type A, body type B instead of male, female. And it's to not offend the trans gays, right? The GAZE, not gays, GAYS, but the trans gays that if they see something too masculine or feminine that's opposite of what they want to be, they get offended. Look at the overwhelming support. 88.4% of people saying they want male or female. And this triggered a whole bunch of people on their Reddit. This is what labeled him as a bigot and homophobe and whatever kind of phobes you could think of. The Reddit mods went nuts. They essentially hijacked it. But to continue on, you can see Pirate Nation says Lord of the Fallen Studio CI Games will not integrate DEI elements in their games. And right off the bat, full transparency, Merrick says exactly, no, we will not. And this little thing right here says they will not integrate DEI elements into their games to maximize player enjoyment and commercial success after having observed the high commercial risk these elements can present. And yeah, I mean, look at all the failures of games that we've had this last year. Concord, Dustborn, Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows is going to be flopping here really soon in the near future. And as a result, like I said, his own Reddit for his own game made this announcement addressing the CEO of CI Games' politically motivated agenda. Direct links to X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are no longer permitted. They're basically calling for a boycott of all links to those websites because they don't want the narrative to be pushed against. They don't want the CEO, since he's going against the grain, to have a voice here. They're saying that he's actively supporting and promoting fascist ideology under the guise of catering to the player base. And see, this is proof they don't want gamers to enjoy their games. The main consumer of gamers, they hate you guys. They don't want you to enjoy your video games because it's going against it. It's fascism. It's catering to them, right? These people hate you. They hate you. And they hate people that make the games. Like, they have to have activism. And you can't see that this is not censorship. This is not silencing. This is not trying to control a narrative. They're saying, as a moderation team, along with many gamers worldwide, we're deeply shocked and disgusted by the events of the past few weeks. Cry me a river. Imagine this day and age trying to cancel people because they have different beliefs than you. Right? In response, we've removed all CI Games and Hexworks officials from the moderation team. However, we want to make it clear that those removed are honorable and decent individuals, and we have nothing but respect for them. Every interaction we've had with them since the game's launch has been nothing short of extraordinary. Unfortunately, this decision affects the wrong people. Our concerns are directed solely at the CEO, and at this time, no one else. Talk about trying to cancel somebody. Talk about censoring somebody. They're saying that they've seen a significant increase in hate speech, misconduct, violations of Reddit. Again, Reddit mods don't know anything outside of their keyboards, their basements, especially woke ones that want to silence people like this. Only because it doesn't go on your side of the equation. If it was left-leaning, they'd be perfectly fine with this, right? That's the reality. Now, you could also see, what about screenshots from these platforms? After consideration, we've decided not to allow them from that. These new rules take effect immediately, and they're recommended Blue Sky, which is where the pedos hang out at, and all the woke snowflakes. Yikes. So if you're a fan of this game, I suggest you stay away from the Reddit. It's literally been hijacked. And right here, Mark goes on to say, the everyone is a Nazi thing is getting really boring and out of touch. Truth always wins in the end. Trust is built through authenticity and transparency, not by shifting narratives, players first. And this was in response to the moderation team basically making this announcement. This is based. This guy has won me over. I'm a fan of the CEO of CI Games. The fact that he came out and called them out and is listening to his player base and saying that these guys basically suck and he's not letting them cancel. He's saying players first, has completely won me over. This is how you handle the woke mob. This is how you handle cancel culture. This is how you handle the modern audience that wokies and activists try to cater to. This is how you handle it. So kudos to him. I'm a big fan. Fucking fantastic. Reddit mods of Lords of the Fallen, get a life. Get a life. Anyways, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit that subscription button.